Well, hello everybody, my name is Steven, and you're watching the Foul Air Gun channel, and we're just back out at the range today doing some more pellet testing. This time we are just doing some pre-modification testing just to see where we stand before I go ahead and modify this thing. For anybody that may not know, what we have here is we have the Webley Nemisis. It is a CO2 bolt action repeater air pistol. This is actually the 177 caliber version, and what is going to happen is exactly what I've done to the 22 caliber version that this pistol also comes into, that I've done to it. The 22 caliber version of this pistol, I have converted it to HPA. It still has small bugs that I'm working out in it. I'm not even going to get into what I'm shooting over the chronograph, guys, because it is amazing until I get everything completely worked out in this thing and I can say whether or not it's going to be a success to be able to actually use it. So, don't want to get talking and spoiling too much on that, but we're just going to talk about the 177 caliber version today. So, basically, we're just going to run some ammunition over the chronograph, and we're only shooting out at 28 yards. I have here a 2x7 by 32. It's a long eye relief pistol scope, and we're going to load us CO2. It drops in the front. Cartridge drops in the front, which it actually comes with this tool that comes off on the bottom side here that you would normally use to open the CO2 reservoir and close it back. However, I'm not a huge fan of it because the tool is really small, and so it's not very comfortable in the fingers. So I just like to bring out my own tool. It just works better for me, guys. So what we're going to start out shooting today is we're actually going to start, and I have no idea where this thing is zeroed or anything, so we're seeing it all, right for yourselves, guys. I have some, I don't know if you can see the red tip in there, I have some the Gamma Red Fire in here, which I believe were a 7.9 grain, if I'm not mistaken. And then I have on the other side of the magazine, which this is I really like what Webley did here with this magazine, actually. I just want to point this out real fast. That what they've done is they've actually made dual-sided indexing magazine, and I personally like that because I can stick, one type of ammunition on one side and just flip it right over and roll with a different style. So what we have is we have the Gamma Red Fire, and then on the other side we have JSB Exact Diablo. These are the 8.44 grain. And then we're going to shoot some Sniper Medium, which is a 8.49. We're going to bump it on up to the Crow Magnum, which is a 8.80, and then we're going to finish off with the Barracuda Hunter. Of course, airplanes want to fly over, and everybody is on lunch break or something and wants to drive this daggone piece of highway, so I'm sorry for the noise, guys. It drives me nuts. It's better shooting at my father's property where it's quiet, but I'm home, and this is where I'm comfortable. And then we're going to shoot the Barracuda Hunters to finish off. It's 10.49 grain. So, without further ado, we are going to pull our bolt back here, take your magazine until it clicks, and you load your first round. Also, in case anybody hasn't noticed, this will, and this is just, should be bleeping this out because this is all part of what I've done to converting my HPA system over there. This is actually a built-in hammer spring adjustment, and it does work absolutely. It doesn't do a whole lot when it's CO2 related still. It does. You can see the difference if you definitely completely turn it all the way out to where there's pretty much just original factory spring tension on it. It'll shoot factory-wise. If you do tighten the spring down just a little bit, you do, with the CO2, gain just a few, I want to say it was like 10 or 15 feet per second averaging, tightening the spring down, but it's much better when it's HPA, and we'll get into that in a later video. But anyways, let's get this thing set up. I have me a little bit of foam in here to kind of help fill in the space with this Caldwell turret. It only wants to close down. I think there's like a inch, right over an inch gap in between. And the thing about this pistol that I really like is it's just really, the ergonomics is great. I mean, the pistol fits in the hand. It's a really slimline pistol. I really like it. And it's a bolt action pistol, you never see that. So here we go. Let's get you guys down here where you can see something. Again, we're shooting out at 28 yards, and I have absolutely no idea where this thing is going to be hitting at, so let's see what we got. And it is flying far right. Let's just to be sure. And that was a 412. Yeah, they're flying far, far, far right, guys. So, I'm not sure if this is an issue with ammunition or what may be the case here. That was a 391 on that last shot. Let's see if we can get this one on paper here. And I believe it's up there on paper, but it's so hard to tell. It's 400 feet per second there. .395. .388. .386. .384. It's pretty consistent. And a dry fire. So now, simple as this, guys, you just pull the bolt back, slide your magazine out, and then you just flip it over. Now we're going to shoot us a couple of the JSB exact gel buddies, or the 8.44 grain. See what kind of velocities we're getting and accuracy. Which, I can see the red fire on paper down there. It just doesn't look like any kind of anything to brag about from here. Alright, we got a 389. .387. .385. Starting to make a little group down there. .386. Still fairly consistent. .389. A dual shot for another 389, and I believe that was our last shot there. I'm not gonna swear to it. Yep, that was it. Magazine's empty, and I'm actually gonna take you guys down here. Let's go have a look. All right, so you can actually, here you go. This is kind of funny here. This is one of our red fire pellets here. Yep, there you go. With your little polymer tip there on the end, and yeah, so it looks like we had one here, and then we definitely had one here. My point of aim was here, and I'm not even entirely sure where all they were going. So that is super unfortunate. Not worried about it. Come out here and put out some fresh paper, though. This was our JSB grouping here at 28 yards. Actually, one just fell out of the board right there, so they're just sticking in. Actually, I can see more of them down in here. So they're just sticking into the board. But anyways, that's our grouping right here. So we're looking at, of course, we had this one guy here that dropped. That could have been me. That could have been the gun, anything. Looking at about 2-inch group here. Most of them right here, concentrated. And that's only about an inch, just over an inch. So not bad. Let's go shoot some more. Alright, so we're back down range. And we have ourselves loaded up. 7 shots. If I have not said, these are 14 round magazines, so you got 7 on each side in the 177 caliber. Anywho, so we got ourselves loaded up some sniper medium. These are 8.49 grain, and on the other side we have ourselves some Crow Magnum, which weigh in at an 8.80 grain. So let's get these loaded up and let's start shooting some lead. I got clear targets downrange, so we are good on some fresh targets. We are still shooting off the last fill of CO2, the CO2 capsule from the last shooting, last magazine, excuse me. So we're just going to finish off with the sniper mediums, and we're going to take a quick pause. We're going to change out our CO2, and then we're going to run these last 2 over. So let's shoot these down there. Alright, we're just going to go to the left. That was a 403. .396. 389, a 384, .385, 381, and I believe that was the last of our magazine. I'm wrong. We have one more shot here. My shot count was off. Right, so we're at 375. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's go down and take a look at accuracy real quick for just this specifically. That way we know we're out on the board, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna get some fresh CO2 in this thing, and then we're gonna shoot out again. Alright guys, so here we are. Obviously we didn't get a great spread, and these were our sniper mediums here, just digging them out of the board. So we started getting a little group going on here, but then, you know, we have this up here, and we have this guy that flew way over here, so, you know, obviously not anything working out at 28 yards. Let's get back, let's air up, and let's do some more shooting. Alright, so we're back, and we just topped off with a fresh new CO2 cartridge. And we have our magazine loaded up, so like I promised, we have on one side Co2 Magnum, which is an 8.80, and on the other side we have the Barracuda Hunter at a 10.49 grain, which is that's a good little jump up there. So we have ourselves, let's see, that's the Co2 Magnum on this side. Alright, here we go. Co2 Magnum, 28 yards, Webley Nemisis in 177 caliber. Let's go, let's aim for, there we go, right here. 360. .354. 356. 352. 355. 357, and I believe this is our last shot here. Go to 355. Let's take a look. Okay. Now we're going to switch over to the very last bit of our testing here, and I'm sorry guys, I did not have you pointed over there. We're switching over now to the Barracuda Hunter and a 10.49 grain. And we'll get down there and go take a look at the accuracy. And I don't know, I'm sure you guys probably can't see my chronograph numbers, but I'm still going to call them out here for you. That's a 343 on that one. There's a 349. Another 349. And these look like they're grouping okay. .347. 347 again. 349, and I believe that was the end of it. I think we may have one more shot left. Yep. Okay, so we got one more here. Alright. So, we're at 346 on that last shot. Let's get down and go take a look at some accuracy. Alright guys, so let's see what we got here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually 2 shots here. 6. And so here's what we got guys. This here grouping, and it may have been this one here, was with this group. I want to say it probably was, because let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is going to be right. So this guy here belongs with this grouping here. And this is our Co2 Magnum grouping. And this here is our Barracuda Hunter grouping, which is pretty similar to the JSB grouping that we got. I believe it was a JSB that we shot that were fairly accurate out of this thing. So that's our results. And again, this is just like kind of some preliminary research, just like some before I go tearing this thing up and experimenting on it, just to see where I'm at with accuracy before everything, guys. So if you like my video, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe. Maybe you'll find something interesting off of this. Maybe you purchased the .177 caliber version of the Webley Nemisis, and you just want to shoot some Barracuda hunters or some JSB exact. I'm not sure, guys. But hey, if you like it, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you next time.